Start of round 6. Khan is hurt immediately to start the round. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. He's got Amir Khan against the ropes. Brook landed a nice stiff hard jab to start the round, and it immediately hurt Amir Khan. So Amir Khan's hanging on a little bit. This shit is 8 years in the making, 6-7 years in the making. One of the biggest fights in the UK. Should be a bigger fight in the United States. And right now, Kell Brook is looking to close the show with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in the 6th round. I said 7th. I don't know if Khan is going to get out of the 6th. I said 7th after the last round because it looked like Khan was really wearing down. And I don't know if he's going to get out of this round. His heart might get him out of this round. But the ref said that's enough. The ref stopped the fight. A little over 2 minutes left in the in the 6th round. If Khan can hurt him, I think the pressure will get to him. Yeah. But we just saw what happened, my good brother. It's a wrap. Kell Brook does exactly what he needed to do. Gets the knockout over Amir Khan. Hurts him in the 1st round. Hurts him in the 3rd round. Hurts him a little bit in the 5th round. You've seen Khan's legs consistently getting weaker and weaker, degrading as the fight was going. And unfortunately, Amir Khan, he couldn't utilize the main skill that got him to the dance many times, which was his footwork, his quick twitch movement, and his generationally fast hand speed. Kell Brook had more left in the tank. He showed that. Both men 35 years old. Both men on the way down. Might be the last fight of both of their careers. If I was Kell Brook, it's probably the way I would walk out. I think Amir Khan should also walk out considering this performance. Both men have had great careers, and this is a cherry on top of Kell Brook's career, right? After getting looked over, I believe it was for the Olympics, right? Right? My UK people can really knowledge me, but I'm pretty sure this is the case. He got looked over for in the Olympics. Amir Khan's the one who went to the Olympics. He medaled, I believe. He became a star in the UK, became a star in America to a degree, fought everybody for the last 10 years. Amir Khan gets nothing but respect from me and should get a lot of acclaim for the career he had. He always fought the best guys. Everybody knew Amir Khan was chinny, and he still went up and fought Canelo and beat Canelo the first 4, 5, 6 rounds of that fight until Canelo fucking put him into another orbit, with that shot. Never belonged in that ring, but still had the hand speed and skills to go that far with Canelo and look great, right? Hell of a career for Amir Khan. He has a better chance of getting to the Hall of Fame than Brook, in my opinion. But Brook also, hell of a career. Gives Sean Porter his first loss. Has a good fight with Triple G until he got his eye mangled, right? He was hitting Triple G nice in that fight. Landed some good shots. Has a great fight with Errol Spence, did Kell Brook, right? Pushed Errol Spence pretty nice in that first fight until his eye wore down. And then tonight, what does he do, in my opinion, which should be a cherry on top of his career? He beats his arch nemesis, gets him out of there in the 6th round, hurts him early, never officially put him down. Amir Khan didn't need to go down tonight at all in order to get TKO'd. He was just getting beat up whenever he got hit. Whenever Amir Khan got hit, his legs started shaking. You know how like a dog, when you pet a dog good and their legs start shaking? Every time Kell Brook was able to lead with the jab especially and get that right hand in there or miss a shot and then get the right hand counter, Amir Khan's leg was shaking like a goddamn German Shepherd getting a good fucking tickling. You know what I mean? So it just wasn't in the cards for Amir Khan tonight. I'm not liking these stoppages lately. Even 10 years ago, this fight doesn't get stopped when it did. I agree to some degree, but this is what I will say. Amir Khan's probably done, right? His career's probably over. So do you need to let him take a beating for another 2-3 rounds when he clearly was on legs that were going to give out at some point? I definitely agree. The stoppages are getting a little crazy at times, but considering this could be a retirement fight for either man, I think that changes the dynamics of the stoppage a little bit. But Brook, all right, good. That's what you want to see, man. At the end of the day, that's what you want to see between these two men, right? Huge rivals for a long time. Both countrymen from Britain, United Kingdom. Both big stars in British boxing. And yeah, there might have been some bad blood. But when it's all said and done, you want to see that hug, right? You want to see warriors hug when it's all said and done. So it's good to see that. It's definitely good to see that. A rematch clause. I hope he doesn't take the fucking rematch. Tim Bradley just said there was a rematch clause in the contract for Khan. Probably not for Brook. Please, God. Amir, I love you, bro. I've enjoyed every fight you've ever been in. But do yourself a favor. Hang it up. Look over your career. Enjoy your triumphs. Appreciate your losses. And get out the game. And I would say the same thing to Kell Brook. I think Kell Brook could beat up-and-coming guys, right, in the welterweight division. Some maybe even surprise us and upset a couple people. But he's not beating any top welterweights at this point. So I think both of these guys wrap it up. 224 thrown by Brook. 79 landed. 34 punches landed by Amir Khan. Amir Khan only landed 34 punches according to CompuBox. Do I agree with CompuBox often? No. They seem to do a good job in this particular fight. Kell Brook landed 42% of his power punches. Whenever somebody lands over 40%, obviously 50 is even more special. But if you land over 40% of your power punches, you're doing your job. And most importantly, he kept the jab flicking, right? He kept the jab flipping. Even though Amir Khan landed, they landed the same amount of jabs. Kell Brook landed at a higher clip. But when Kell Brook's jab landed, you could see the force behind it. You could see the reaction from Khan more. Khan was flicking and he was landing some, but they were more flicking. Whereas Kell Brook was landing them and looking to come with the right hand behind him. He was able to flick not flick the jab, fucking pop the jab hard and then come with the right hand multiple times. He was able to not get hit by some of the fast shots from Amir Khan and then land the right hand a couple times. He also hurt him with a jab at one point. So, you got to give credit to Kell Brook. He did exactly to the blueprint of what he needed to do to get the type of dominant win that he just got. It's officially getting announced right now. There was still enough to fight. He wasn't out of it. And listen, I'm not gonna argue the main point because I agree that it was an early stoppage traditionally. I think him being where he's at in his career, I'm okay with it a little more. But let the guy go out on his shield, right? Let him get knocked out. 6th round, 7th round. He was gone by the 6th anyway. There's no way that fight was going any more than the round it was in and the next round. No way possible. Every time Brook was able to pressure him, he was hurting him. He was hurting him from pushing him half the damn time. You've seen his legs do a little quick buckle. So, I'm not a fan of the stoppage, but I'm also not gonna oppose it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna oppose it. Protect that man. Exactly. Andre Ward just said the same shit I said. I think both men should retire. Kell Brook gets to go out on top. Amir Khan, okay, you fought your grudge match. You might have lost in their primes. It's very debatable who may or may not have won the fight, right? In their prime, very good chance Amir Khan wins that fight because his hand speed is going to do more. His footwork's going to be better. His twitches are going to be better. He's going to come with counters better. His counter punching was not good tonight. His lead combo punching was not good tonight. And once he caught one of those fresh right hands, it completely changed the complexion of the fight. And Amir Khan was not able to do anything different once the complexion of the fight was changed by the first nice right hand by Kell Brook in the first round. He was able to use his footwork and stay safe until towards the end of the 3rd round. Then he got hurt at the end of the 3rd round. Then he was able to do it again a little bit in the 4th. And then in the 5th, you seen Khan starting to get wobbly even when not much was going on. And then in the 6th, I thought after the 5th, I said 7th round, Khan will be out of there. But then in the 6th round, his legs started looking very spaghetti with everything that Brook was doing. Brook was able to pressure more. Khan wasn't able to use the movement to get away from him, wasn't able to use any of his hand speed at that point because there was almost none left and he was afraid to throw anything. and the ref jumped in, stopped the fight. Amir Khan did not hit the canvas one time, so it's arguable about what Doc Ock said, right? He didn't even get knocked down once. An early stoppage, I would say, is definitely the case, but considering the late stages of Amir Khan's career, I'm not against the stoppage too much. You know what I mean? All right, so listen, I'm going to hop off this stream right now. I was just doing this just to do the main event for the Khan fight. I might pop back on for the last couple fights of the UFC later, do a little fight companion, shit talk. We'll talk some upcoming fights, preview some fights possibly in both the UFC, MMA, and boxing. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you are subscribed, just click notifications because the algorithms are never going to do me a favor because a lot of the shit I talk about on this channel, whether it's the comedy or the social commentary or just cracking jokes, even on the fight streams, it might ruffle feathers because I'm just here to have fun. Tune in every Wednesday at 9:30 for the original Whiggaz live comedy podcast. Oh, the Munguia fights tonight. Okay. I might have to hop on for that. Is that regular? Is that like a regular fight time? 9 o'clock? 9, 10 o'clock, because I might pop back in for that then and then do a little UFC, a little Munguia. I expect Munguia to do his job tonight. That's why I wasn't as focused on that fight. But the UFC doesn't have anything too special going on tonight either, even though there's a couple good fights. So I actually might pop back live for the Munguia fight if it's a late fight. You know what I mean? So yeah, most likely I'll end up popping back on tonight around 10:30. All right, yeah, so that's when the fam goes to bed and all that. So tonight, I'll probably pop back on around 10:30. We'll go over some UFC shit. I'll do a little fight companion for some of the Jaime Munguia fight. We'll talk some fights that are coming up. I'll put the link in if anybody wants to join the stream and just talk shit. If you're subscribed, click notifications. I don't post so much that you're going to get blown up, but at least you'll get to see what I'm bringing to the table. If it's not something you're interested in, ignore that content. You know what I mean? Be like, fuck it. I'm not interested in boxing or this and that. I just want the comedy or I just want the social commentary or whatever it might be. You know what I mean? So ignore the shit you don't want to see. Click notifications so you get you get the whole plate. You decide what you want to watch. You know what I mean? Are black people who act white known as whackers? Yes, I have heard Louis Gomez, right, call white people that are hip hop or whatever wiggers before, right? But Louis Gomez to me is a Spanish dude that acts like every white guy from New York I know. You know what I mean? And there's nothing against it, but he's a spacker. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? If we're wiggers, then he's a spacker. You know what I mean? But obviously, wiggers is a satirical thing. But join the original Whiggaz podcast every Wednesday at 9:30. Every Saturday, we go live for Fight Sports. Even when there's not an event, I'm going to try to get in the habit of going live every Saturday. The times that I go live on Saturday vary. Because if it's a UK fight, I might go live a little early for that fight. Usually I go live anywhere between 9:30 and 10:30. So I appreciate all support. All right. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Click notifications if you are subscribed because the algorithm does not like us. Censorship is real. All right. Especially when you talk a lot of shit and you do a lot of, improv bullshit and satire bullshit. So we appreciate any and all support on the channel. Trying to get monetized again out this bitch. My man Carl Bain was good, my brother. I'm probably going to go live again around 10:30 tonight when the family settles down to talk some more fight sports shit and talk shit in general. Hop on if you want to hop on, bro. We can throw on some beats. We can freestyle. We can do whatever the fuck. Let's have some fun with it. I appreciate any and all support. All right. Trying to provide good content, whether it's fight sports, whether it's my opinions, whether it's comedy, edits, just doing my best out here. And I truly, truly do appreciate all support.